aliens.
One of the scariest sci-fi franchises out there.
And I thought we'd celebrate the imminent release of Alien Romulus by recreating these iconic monsters in Lego.
Don't be ridiculous. Lego will never create an official set based on those movies.
But Lego's all about creativity, right? So why not create some ourselves? And that's exactly my plan, Mouse. Over the course of the next 3 weeks, I'll show you how to build your very own alien trinity. The eggs, the facehugger, and the famous xenomorph.
Right. Well, I am off to make the ship acid-proof.
A wise precaution, Commander.
Okay.
Let's start with the egg. It just so happens that there's a Lego piece designed to represent eggs, and they're even available in tan, which is a color close enough to the original alien eggs. So, there you go. Order a bunch of those, and job done.
Hold on. Come on, Captain. That's probably the laziest video you've ever made. Surely there's got to be more to it than that.
You're right. The Overmorph eggs from those movies is a special-looking one. Plus, it's much bigger than even those Lego egg pieces. The most iconic part of it, though, is that there are 4 flaps at the top that open up like a flower, leading an intrigued creature to look inside. And if I'm going to make such an egg, that feature has got to be an integral part of it, all while keeping it at minifig scale, or thereabouts.
You've also got to keep the curved look of the thing, somehow. Not an easy task when you're dealing with Lego at that scale.
And I'm also having to work with available colors for specific parts. In the digital sphere, you can pretty much do whatever you want in that regard, but when it comes to real-world builds, color can grind your creativity to a halt.
And did you succeed?
For the most part, I had to make some compromises, but I did create something I'm pretty happy with. Now, in order for you to build your own, the part numbers for each piece will be displayed as we build it.
So you can order the parts you need straight from bricklink.com.
So what are we waiting for? Let's go already!
First, I had to think of the scale. The smallest possible build I could do would be based on a 1x1 brick, and one such brick with studs on all sides would be ideal. It's then just a simple matter to add a 1x1 plate with a tooth on one end in tan on each side of that brick.
Isn't that color a bit too light for the egg, though?
You're right. Dark tan would be more accurate, but that piece doesn't come in that color, so you work with what you have. Anyway, we can then add a trans plate at the center, and we're pretty much done. Although, something's missing from that build.
A pan to fry up one of those eggs?
No, GG. A way for those top flaps to open and close. But for that, you have to go bigger. 4 times bigger, in fact, using 4 1x1 bricks with a stud on 2 sides as the base. A round 2x2 plate on top of those bricks helps keep them secure, and a purple one on top of that is there to start the organic gooiness of the egg's internals. That's further represented by 4 different trans-colored 1x1 round plates, so you could choose whichever color you like for those. And then we've got to do the external structure. Now there's a great 2x2 curved slope piece available in dark tan which will do nicely, and attached to that a 1x2 plate with a bar on the side in the same color.
Why do you need those?
For the cool play feature. Lego have a claw bar piece which regretfully doesn't come in dark tan, so I had to settle for a dark bluish grey for those.
That's the compromise you were talking about?
It is, as well as the color for the 1x1 pieces for the base at the start, but you can hardly see those, so it doesn't really matter. We now have to find a piece for those flaps. It turns out a triangular piece with a clip on its underside, which Lego usually use for printed road signs, did come in dark tan a couple of years ago in a Harry Potter set, and is ideal for our needs.
That was a nice build animation there, boyo. But does your construct actually work in real life?
You mean like this? It's sturdy enough for you to open and close the flaps without the whole thing falling apart, if that's what you meant. Considering the limitations due to the skill I was working with, I think this Overmorph egg looks pretty good, and I'm really pleased how easily the flaps open up, which was a major factor in this project. And best of all, it's still small enough for a minifig to easily peer inside.
Poor astronaut. They have no idea what's about to happen to them.
Are we going to see what's about to happen to them?
That, my dear Gigi, is the subject of another video. Until then, let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll speak to you again next time.